sometimes I forget how much I enjoy a Mini. Hello one and all, welcome to Seeing Through Glass. Some of you might remember back in 2020, I borrowed a Mini Clubman, John Cooper Works, for around 6 months. It was absolutely hilarious, that car, because it was so quick, but super practical and just, yeah, loads of fun to drive. My sister's first car was a Mini. A couple of years ago, I drove some Mini Classics down to the Fat Ice Race in Austria. Essentially, I've always had kind of Minis knocking around in my life, and I'm so here for that, because I really like these cars. This is the latest John Cooper Works Mini Cooper, and it's awesome. I've been using it for the last couple of days. It's everything you want a hot hatch to be in. Actually, every time I get behind the wheel of a hot hatch, I think, why don't I own a hot hatch? They are so perfect for this country. Size-wise, spot on. This is the 3-door variant. It's just tiny, well, comparatively tiny in today's world. It's got performance and power that you can actually extract and use, and when this thing has go-kart mode, and it is a go-kart on the way, they're smart machines. So yes, kind of want another hot hatch. Maybe I need to start browsing. Well, actually today could be the day that I discover what my next hot hatch will be, because I'm currently driving this thing down to the Deus Temple near Bournemouth, because Mini have invited me to check out a very intriguing but insanely exciting to me collaboration that they've done with Deus Ex Machina. I am a Deus Ex Machina obsessive, and I like a Mini. So this collaboration, it's one for me. So let's head down to the temple. We'll chat a little bit more. I promise I'm not just obsessed with Deus because they serve really good coffee, but they do serve really good coffee. There are a number of these temples around the world. If you don't know about Deus, you will have seen them on the channel because I wear their clothes a lot of the time. And I have visited quite a few of their locations within videos. I've actually been here before, God, 18 months ago, maybe even 2 years ago. It started its life in Australia, I think in 2006, initially making custom motorcycles and parts and things, but it's grown into being something that's so much more than that. I would have mentioned the clothes, they do a whole lot of stuff in surfing. Why then have Mini collaborated with them? What's that all about? Well, I think the two brands believe that there's some synergy in their core values. That's at least the PR message. But over and above that, Deus themselves independently did a custom livery on a classic Mini Cooper S rally car with a graphic designer quite a few years ago. I think then that helped Mini go like, well, let's work on something together. They did a custom livery for the Nürburgring 24-hour race car. And now we have this kind of culmination of the collaboration in a car or cars. I don't really know. The email just said Mini X Deus Ex Machina. I was like, yes, I will be there. Where is there? Actually, Germany. So we've driven to the south of England. We've actually got to get on a plane and fly to Munich right now. So I'll smash this coffee, probably buy way too many clothes from the shop, and then yes, we'll get on a flight and go and find out what this, I think, very exciting collaboration is all about. Oh my God, this is so much more than I was expecting. Not to be rude or insulting to Mini, but I kind of expected today to be like a vinyl livery pack, maybe like a nice badge on the interior. Often when manufacturers do these kind of cool collaborations, that's what it is. But no, looks like Mini and Deus have really gone to town, because oh my God, people, I'm getting way too overexcited, as is, I'm sure, Ben, the videographer. Ben owns a Mini JCW. This is like, surely Christmas come early for you, right? He's gonna be trying to steal parts to put on his. Look at them. Oh, Ben, the interior is outrageous. Mini very kindly offered to bring in one of their design team to educate me on these cars. Initially, I was like, why am I gonna need a design team member to talk me through a vinyl livery pack? But no, now I know why they suggested it, and I'm so here for it. So let me learn about what I'm looking at, and then I'll come back to all of you to explain and, I guess, celebrate this quite insane collaboration. Look at that. That's a great angle. That is, this is very exciting. Okay, let me learn some more. if, and we're going to get onto the other car in a moment, but you know, for me, Deus, obviously motorcycles, surfboards and things like that, this is kind of more the cafe racer motorbike inspired car. Okay, fine, so some of this is like chop shoppy, you know, creativity, uniqueness, that kind of thing.
This car came out of we call it from a motorcycle enthusiast's garage.
Yes, okay.
And that comes out of a surfboard visionary shop.
Wow.
So with that, the idea was that these two cars can only use the tools that are in these two shops and be handmade from whatever that's available. And that's why you see this contrast in the materials, in the screwing, in all the attachments and material. So here we have fiberglass and here we have metal as the hero material.
That is unbelievable.
Yes.
That is so cool. So fiberglass rear wing, I think is, I mean, so that's fiberglass here as well?
Yes, fiberglass, and then we had this layer of what we call like a grass texture.
Sure, yeah,
just to give it this really nice raw finish.
Yeah. A personal question for you, like what's one of the features on either car that for you think is like really cool? Like what's your favorite part?
I think I have to. This car, I like really very much the grille and the light parts, but also the side windows. So these three, if I could say.
I think everyone is going to go a bit mad for these.
Wait till you hear the sound.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's intrigued me now. That's really intrigued me. I'm guessing of this one, not that one. Super cool.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, look, thank you so much. And again, congratulations. Two unbelievably cool cars. Really, really underestimated this project. There is so much to discuss, but I guess let's start with some of the key bits of information. Sadly, these cars not for sale. We are not going to see a limited run of Mini Deus Ex Machina versions. It is just a sort of celebration of the two brands, a design study. This car, the kind of racy motorsport car, is based on a combustion engine John Cooper Works. The sort of surf-inspired car on an electric John Cooper Works. This car feels more, I guess, seen through glass. I'm really intrigued by the surf car, and I think on a design level, it's more, no, it's not more interesting. Anyway, we'll come back to that in a second. Let's start here, because this feels like something all of us can get behind, right? I mean, look at this. If those don't make it to production, that's a shame. They need to be available on your standard Cooper, I think. So they look very, very cool. Dee's favorite feature, these side mirrors. I'm with her, very cool. You know, exposed bolts and things like that. Just looks, super unique. And then this rear wing, which is just mad. Inspired sort of like Can-Am racers, so super flat, and it's got like a long tail vibe. It's like the Mini JCW long tail. Ben, come all the way around, because I've got to show everyone the diffuser, inspired by the Mini Nürburgring 24-hour race car. And it does look race as hell. It almost looks out of place on Mini, but I love it. It's so aggressive and very functional, as is that central exit exhaust. Apparently this thing sounds really fruity, and I have been told we can start it up. So that's very cool. Reminder, fully functioning, these vehicles, whilst they are design studies and they're not going to go into production, they are usable and drivable. Anyway, I'm going to open up the boot now, because it gives you a teaser to the interior. Now, if you think the outside is amazing, wait till you see how much work they've done inside. It is just unreal. But giving you a little hint, we've got the roll cage, harnesses, there's a netting here, because you can hold two helmets, kind of where the rear seats used to be. So again, this kind of thought or focus on this being functional race, motorsport inspired vehicle. I mean, imagine just rocking up to your local, good mountain road or racetrack in this. I think people would go absolutely mad. But yes, not only do I love the fact that Mini have gone to town so much on the exterior elements, they have really done it on the inside as well. And that's, again, something you don't often see with these collaborations, these special editions. They do all of this, and then the inside is kind of similar. But no, in here, stuff is wild. Oh, it's not really an elegant way to do that, because yes, we are in fully fledged carbon bucket seats. These are no standard road car bucket seats. These are straight out of a race car. We've even got the sort of bits to aid while holding your helmet in place. But so much else to discuss in here. I mean, we can't not mention this massive hydraulic handbrake. Oh, I want to drive this car so badly. Can you imagine? I mean, amazing. Custom steering wheel here, carbon fiber shifter panels, some retro inspired toggles and switch gears and things, all about to, again, hark back to those kind of old Mini race cars of the past. We'll overlay some shots of the perforated metal floor plates, no carpets in here. And actually, this whole interior is supposed to sort of, hint towards lightweightness. If I show you these doors, they actually completely reworked the inside of the doors, the door cards, the door panels. Perforation here, we've got the kind of pulley door handles rather than traditional ones, and then these stickers which denote sort of big Cooper or Mini victories of the past. This one is Sterling Moss in a Cooper Climax, or Cooper 251 even, at the Gran Premio d'Italia, September 1959. I think the other side has a Portuguese Grand Prix again, Sterling Moss in a Cooper Climax. So yeah, really cool. Love the big X, which is denoting the collaboration, some other Deus badges in here. But it's just the fact that they've done this much. Interestingly though, if you think that this is a lot of work to an interior, wait till you see the other car, because my God, is there some customization going on there. But before we switch over, I think we've got to start this thing up because everyone keeps saying how fruity it sounds. So, engine start stop in the middle. Let's see how this thing sounds. I really want to rev it. Apparently it's cold. It's beefy. Oh, I like this thing so much. Now, interestingly, I think there might be some more unique or interesting design points with this, the kind of surf-inspired car, than the race motorsport cafe racer style car, but I just feel more comfortable over there. It may not surprise you to hear me say, I don't surf. Actually scared of the sea. Not because of sharks, because of whales and the unknown. When you can't see the bottom, that's just freaky to me. So anyway, huge widened wheel arches, just like on the other car here, but with that same kind of fiberglass material. But once again, amazing wheels. I mean, look at these wheels. If one thing has to kind of make it to production from these cars, surely it's the wheels. Love again, the tyre writing. Wheels on the back of this car are black, and on the front they're kind of grey to tie into the overall livery. Quite nice, so sort of offset colours. Again, sort of gaping great cutaways to show off the tyres. Just, very, very cool. Love the angle of that sort of drooped rear wing. These elements here to tie your surfboard down to. Another kind of bit here with this nice Deus branding. And then actually, Ben, if I send you all the way around the front, this car looks very different from the front. This being an electric JCW doesn't need a grille, so instead of the really cool perforation, it's kind of all covered up here with that kind of fiberglass looking material. Still some perforations, I guess, tie the two cars together. This looks to me way more like concepty, futuristic, concepty, like a sort of iRobot-esque car, less maybe production version. I don't know actually, having said that, because we've got traditional headlights, maybe this is more production version. Maybe we're getting caught up in the details, but yes, very different front end. But I already mentioned it a few times. Let's check out the inside because it's, I think, even more fun, unique and bespoke than the other car. These seats a little easier to get into, but still fairly intense for a surf vehicle or a surf-inspired vehicle. We still have these crazy bucket seats, but really, really nice details in here. For example, the inserts on these bucket seats made out of a wetsuit. Just a really cool little touch. But to go further than that, rear seats have been replaced with a rear shelf. There are some trays with like little bungees or strings on top. That's for drying your wetsuit. So you get back from a surf session, put your long or your short board on the roof. Apparently there's different sizes of surfboards. Sorry, I didn't know that. And then yes, you can put your wetsuit underneath the strings or bungees and allow them to dry back there, which I really like. Again, the lightweightness continues. They've stripped back these door cards, actually removed the door cards, got these kind of perforated fiberglass elements. Again, pulleys and sort of proper handles. But I mentioned it outside. Check out this kind of roof. Taken away a lot of the internal gunk and the headlining, so you have this exposed fiberglass roof element which lets in so much light. Can you imagine being in like California and driving this thing around? It just creates such a unique experience in here, and that's what I really like. Whilst I am not familiar with this world, with the surfing world, it all makes sense, just like the sort of motorsport car did. So if you were from that surfing community, I think you would just be like, they've put so much attention and detail or thought into all of this. So it is that sort of ultimate version of mini personalization and customization and uniqueness, but also really tapping into the worlds of Deus Ex Machina. I've drunk the Kool-Aid, haven't I? I've really drunk the Kool-Aid, but the sky is just so cool. I hope Mini don't mind me saying this, but the biggest disappointment with this whole project is that, well, these cars aren't for sale. They're not going to be for sale. because they're so freaking cool. I mean, it's easy for me to say that, right? Two brands that I really like, one brand that I'm absolutely obsessed with, coming together, and I think we're just hitting the mark. Is that the right expression? I'm very bad with my expressions, but it feels like these are great minis, but also a great reflection of the Deus Ex Machina brand. And I hope, or I get the impression that all customers would be happy. I am. I do think we should all put pressure or start a petition or some kind of campaign for Mini to do a range of Deus Ex Machina wheels, because these are just too good to be true. But yeah, really cool, nice celebration. I think I mentioned it earlier, but I'll repeat it. If you want to check out these cars in the flesh, you can head down to IAA in Munich. That's like happening now, depending on when you've watched this video. If you're watching this video 2 years after it's put out, I guess head to a Deus temple. You might see one of these lying around in Tokyo or Biarritz or in the UK. But if you do get that opportunity, get inside, because I really feel like these cars come alive inside. And main thing is, I'm just happy that manufacturers seem to be having fun again. Mini are not the only people in the last 12 months that have just done a sort of one-off project, because why not? A lot of work, money, time, effort, etc. to just kind of go like, hey, we're still kind of cool and clever. And I really back that, because it feels like it's been a while since manufacturers have been able to play and have fun. And even though these are design studies, one-off things, it doesn't matter. We have to applaud that they are spending their time and money doing those things so that we can just drool and imagine and be inspired. So it's a good day for automotive, I think. We have to give it that. So thumbs up if you're excited by these projects. And I don't really know how to wrap things up. Maybe we should start the car up again. Should we let's start the car up again, and then we'll get out of here.